Once you start to think of AI as a coworker is the moment that everything shifts. So today I want to give you a mental model in order to get AI to run different parts of your business processes end to end. And before you jump away saying that this is not possible, I want to actually ask you one single question. And the answer to that is why a lot of business owners can get AI to run real business processes within their business, even though models right now with ChatGPT 5.5 or Opus 4.7 are really good at this stage. The question is the following. Would you actually let a new hire completely run your business from day one? So imagine a human hire. If you onboard someone tomorrow and try to get that person to run your full business or to run a department of your business on day one without any kind of context, that person wouldn't know what to do. And the problem is not that this person is not smart enough, but the problem is that this person was not onboarded in the best possible way. And so on our end, we think that AI is somewhat different when we try to ask something like, hey, run this specific process or run my outbound or let's run this delivery process. Meanwhile, if we start to think more of AI as a coworker, we start to understand that what they need is they need an actual structure to make a process repeat. Now, for every single employee, for every single coworker, you want specific things. So whether that person is human or whether that person is an AI, you actually want a coworker that can act. And act is the actual framework that I created over here related to this topic. So the first thing that a skilled teammate needs to have is they need to have some sort of abilities. So they need to actually know how to do a specific stuff. So they need to know how to write copy, they need to know how to onboard a client, they need to know how to launch a campaign. These skills is acquired through training, of course. Then the second thing is context. So context is what is the context required to do a specific job. So maybe if you need to write some copy, you need to give the person the ICP to which they need to write a copy for, or if you need to give them the job of drafting a proposal, they need to have context about the client, they need to have context about what happened in the call, different things like that. And the last component here is tools. So tools are actually what allows them to do the job. So if we think about updating the CRM, they might be, they need access to the CRM in order to perform that specific job, right? So all these different elements can be used by obviously a human employee, but the same can be for an AI employee if we really think about that. So for abilities, the thing that people need to do in Cloud Code or any other AI tool like agentic AI tool that is present right now, those are defined as skills. Those are essentially a single task that you can teach any human. So you can think of skills such as like onboarding a client. You can think of skills as drafting a proposal, sending a status update, but even delivery things that you need to do for your prospects. And a delivery for a client is essentially a set of different skills that needs to be added on top of another. Now, when I talk about this specific thing, I'm not saying that the AI should run the full process end to end for you, but I'm saying that they can run some specific parts of your process where you can review the output and then you can judge what is the results and then give some suggestions on how to do that. After abilities, what we need to do is we need to have context. So as human, we need to have a required amount of information in order to perform a specific task. So maybe a person knows how to write a general proposal, but without context about the client, writing the proposal isn't really it will not do a good job. It will not create a very good proposal. So in general, when we think about context, there are three types of context that we can think through. There's foundational context. So they need to have some sort of context about what your business is about, in terms of what do you offer, who are you, what is your team, all this different information like that, which are helpful as a broad background for a human to make decision, but also for an agent to make decision. Work specific, so related to the specific task that they need to focus on. So for proposal, that would be like the call that you had with the client, for example. And then you need to have references as context, which would be like templates, previous examples of proposal, previous examples of works, and all different elements like that. The last element is tools. So for us, for as humans, tools is actually software. For any kind of knowledge worker, is we need to have access to the CRM, we need to have access to the project management tool, we need to have access to meta ads. All these different things are essentially tools that we need to use to perform our job. Now, an AI agent doesn't need the same tools as us, because they can do the job better using other different types of tools that are more related to them. So the first one is an API. An API is essentially a way to actually perform actions through a platform in a programmatic way. So if, for example, I need to create a new task in a project management tool, I can either do that through the interface, or I can use an API to actually perform that specific task. And this is what an AI generally is using. The second component here is a CLI. This is another term. A CLI is essentially a bundle of APIs that is a packaged version of APIs, where AI can actually look within the CLI, look and understand what is available and what are the available commands that it can use, and then based on that, it can actually execute some sort of commands. So if you think about a project management tool could have a set of 100 APIs to perform different actions within their platforms, and a CLI is just one single file, one single program where all these different APIs are packaged and can be executed through a single interface that it's more usable by an AI agent than going to an interface itself. And then the last component that is useful for an AI agent is an MCP. So an MCP is actually useful when you need some sort of third-party login. So if instead of having API keys, you need to log into Google, for example, that is when you can use an MCP. Or if you want to have team level visibilities, permission levels, different things like that, MCPs are still a very good area to focus on. Now, all these different things, if we bring together the abilities, if we bring together the context, and if we bring together the tools, create something that I call an AI workspace. The AI workspace is where your AI coworker are actually present. So this effectively becomes a folder within your computer, where, or within a server if you wanted to, where you can have all the different information about your business, all the different skills, all the different abilities that an AI coworker can execute together with you, together with the manager, as well as all the different contexts and tools that they can have access to. This is an example of how how a process works when you call that from an AI workspace. This is an example within Cloud Code. So if I ask something like, hey, let's draft a proposal for this company based on the brief that we created today, Cloud Code goes through this process that essentially looks at skills, looks at what is the present context, tries to do some sort of judgment based on the information that he has available, and then takes the information using a tool, and then finally writes an output. All these different things, if you really think about that, are actually the same process that runs in the head of an employee. But over here, essentially what we did is we extrapolated that process and we made that visible through a set of different files and through a set of different processes that are easy to follow for the AI, essentially. So this actually means one specific thing in the end, and this actually means that you can really engineer any single business role. So the idea is anything that you can onboard a new hire to do, you can build an AI coworker if you really wanted to. So in this case, you can have a specific process that you define, which become a skill. You can have a set of documents that needs to be used that can become context, and then you all the system that they need to use become the tools. And once you have all these different elements, all these different set of tasks, essentially you become the manager. So you are no longer running processes by hand, but you are reviewing what is executed by the agents and making sure that you get an understanding of the output is correct, the output is not correct based on what you are actually doing. And this is actually what it means to become a manager of agents. Now, I wanted to do this presentation specifically because once you have this clear understanding and start to think of AI as a co-worker, and a co-worker essentially needs training. A co-worker needs some sort of coordinating with other people. It needs access to the tools. It needs to have context about the different things. Um, the concept of like how you can actually start to use AI becomes more simple if you view that in this specific lens. Now, if you want more information on how you can actually onboard your AI coworker, you can check the second link in the description and we can book a call together and we can discuss this specifically for your business. With that said, that's everything on my side. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.